Blessings, everyone. Today I would like to offer, this is an oracle from the Angels and Ancestors from Kyle Gray. Beautiful, beautiful fall equinox energy, and a lot of our ancestors from all the different cultures and beautiful lands that we come from have gathered together today to help us celebrate. This is a very special time of the year during the equinox, when autumn in the northern hemisphere and spring in the southern hemisphere are bringing in the balance of, in the northern hemisphere is the idea of letting go, releasing, and in the southern hemisphere it is this renewal. And so with these energies, our ancestors step forward to help bring a message for our collective, for the highest good. First, I would like to say thank you to Source for allowing me to be the medium of light. And I ask all of our angels and ancestors to please step forward to help bring us a bit of guidance during this beautiful equinox on both hemispheres, for the highest good and the collective. Thank you, I'm grateful. I'm just gonna shuffle. I always do 3. The first one embodies source energy. The second shuffle embodies spirit. And the third embodies the soul. And a strong, strong message that has been coming through from all of the ancestors and all the angels is for us to spend time, as always, outside. Even if it's for 5 minutes, just go outside and take a few deep breaths and just hold it for a moment and release that, anything, all the tension. We don't even have to have intention. Just being grateful that we have that breath, just that moment. It's so important, especially this equinox is very strong because we've had the eclipses, we've had all kinds of energies going on with the interstellar, intergalactic, cosmic astrology, whatever words we want to add to that. But because of that, this energy, it brings a sense of grounding and returning to our roots. And that's a beautiful thing. We can always take wisdom from our ancestors, and they're so close to us always. Now what I do is, whoops, this one flew out, so I'm going to take these. The wise one. Grow within your current situation. And this is for many who know the crone energy. She has been with all of us. There are many traditions that have the crone energy, and this is what the energy embodies. And some say that you can feel this energy when we're walking in the woods. I know the other day, they're bringing me back. For an example that I can share is that I went for a little stroll in the nature reserve, and I took my shoes off, and I was just standing there with the moss and noticing all the beautiful mushrooms and how the leaves are changing. And the crone energy asks us to connect with this ancient feeling. And it doesn't have to be just in our rituals or going back in our ancestry. It's connecting with that primal feeling when we are touching the earth. There's so much wisdom there. She's encouraging, go sit with an elder, one who's living. And if you don't know one, find one in the neighborhood. Stop and have a chat when you're at the grocery store. Just allow a little bit of that exchange, because our elders need to be celebrated here. They carry so much life experience. And as much as we call on our ancestors and our spiritual guides, there is so much wisdom in the present and the physical that we can gain from our elders. And she's encouraging also to connect with the animals. You see that there's the raven there and the owl. that if we sit outside, even just, we might not see a lot of creatures where we are at this point, but if we can just listen to the sounds outside, there's a lot of wisdom in the rustling leaves. There's a lot of wisdom in the way the sun feels on our skin, and we can just reconnect with that. And then the second one is Shield Maiden. Make plans and focus. We all carry a metaphorical sword, they're saying, and a shield. The sword is our determination. The sword is our life, our life force, our mana, our prana, all the names that we have for it, our chi. It's our medicine. It is how we present our personality in this world. It is how we move forward, how we call upon our wisdom during the times. It's so easy for all of us to meditate, or we go into these spaces where we're reading and we're learning, we're taking classes, we're doing all kinds of Reiki healing and things like this. But what are we putting into action? Are we sharing this with each other? We don't have to go out to battle and be just a force to be reckoned with. Sometimes the sword is simply knowing when to be silent. When we're faced with confrontation, we can come in barreling. We can cut someone's heart out if we want to with our words and our intentions and our energy, but is that presenting the warrior? Sometimes it's knowing the difference when to step back. Sometimes carrying the sword of light is being able to be the one that can be the still in the storm. Everything's going chaos. And we're the person that says, hold on, calm down. Let's not focus on the emotional aspect of a situation. Let's make a decision from a space when we are more rational. Spirit is saying the shield and the sword is also a symbol of when to move forward, because we're using this metaphorical sword to lunge, and the shield makes us stand our ground. So there's both of this. The shield is also boundaries that we put up when we recognize in the space of self-love that we don't have to allow everyone into our energy space. It's okay to say no thank you. It's okay to say, I'm willing to be there for you. I'm willing to be a shoulder you can lean on, but we're not going to talk at 3 o'clock in the morning. That there's a time and a place for that. And so the important message of this one today from the ancestors is have that balance. Understand that it's important. We all want to be warriors. We all want to be the ones that bring the karmic healing for our ancestral line. We want to make sure that we do things differently. But sometimes stepping back and seeing the big picture and having that stance that we're ready. We have the shield. We know that there's things coming at us constantly in our daily life, and we don't always have to take that type of action. Sometimes the biggest wars we fight are not the wars on the outside. It's not who's confronting us or what battle we have to take, what political stance we have to get into, or what kind of they're saying we don't have to have a cause always. We don't have to fight righteously for some cause. Sometimes being a warrior is stepping back and holding the space. Sometimes being a warrior is understanding that tomorrow's another day. And we're going to get through whatever's going on. Lots of things are coming at us always. We don't always have to have control over every situation. Sometimes being a warrior is knowing when to surrender. Surrender for the greatest good. Sometimes being a warrior is knowing that we've done our best and that we're just going to keep going, even though we're scared, even though we might be unsure of what the road is unfolding. But we know that it's worked out in the past and we're not giving up. So they're pulling their energy back. I hope this message finds everyone well and that everybody is enjoying this beautiful eclipse energy, no matter what part of the season it is in your part of the world that you're celebrating. Just try to get outside a little bit. Mother Earth is always calling to us. She is one of our most wise ancestors and elders. I mean, we learn so much from being outside. The correspondence of everything that's in our world, whether it's the animals, the spirit animals, the medicine that we learn from, or totems, or we sit under a tree and we recognize that the energy of the trees are teaching us as above, so below. Everything has a correspondence here, and our ancestors work with this with us. They've known this for eons. It goes back to the lineage that some of us haven't even been able to trace yet. And so the message today through both of these cards, which is the crone, the wise one, and the warrior, is wisdom becomes that when we have taken the experience without judgment, process that through the heart space and recognize that we've come through the other side of it. Wisdom is knowledge that has become experience. And so, thank you everyone. Much love. Many beautiful blessings.